one word
What?
together. You
Uno
said
Toucho?
Uno Tacho. Uno Tacho sounds like an Aztec deity.
It is.
Oh, okay. That's what we named the
You've
channel
never heard
after.
of the Chief
Uno Tacho.
Uno Toucho?
Yeah,
It
Chief
does
Uno
sound
Tacho.
like, oh my God, it
Chief Uno
connected.
Tacho sounds like some Incan ruler.
Uno Toucho. Welcome back to Uno Toucho. All right, you ready?
No.
No.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's get it
One
with the
touch.
get it. Let's get it, everybody. Hold on. How's my hair look? I got to get a haircut tomorrow.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
was
I
gonna
really
say
do.
something, but
Yeah, so.
I was gonna let it slide, but you said it first. Dude, you need to get a haircut, dude.
You were gonna
That
let me
mop is
just
crazy.
do it like this? You were not gonna say anything ever,
You
man. Thought you were a true
I
friend.
was gonna say. I was gonna.
What were you gonna say? What was it? Well, how were you going to say it? Huh?
I was gonna say. How was I gonna say it? I was probably gonna say something along the lines of, "Man, my hair looks good." And then, like, you would think, like, "Oh, dang, he's right. His hair does look good."
Bad. You're
Yeah,
so
and
thoughtful.
then you'd think about your hair and be like, yeah, I gotta get a haircut, Emra." I'm like, "Yep, yeah, you do."
That's why I like having friends like you.
Yep, no problem.
Welcome
Anytime.
back. Welcome back, everybody, to One Touch. I'm your host, Carlos, along with Emra. We're going to be giving you guys the game breakdown of Fort Wayne FC versus Boise. So stick around. We're going to get right into it and just jump right in, shall we? All right.
AC Boise just reminds you of ACDC for some reason. Like AC Boise.
If you put
Athletic Club.
if you take some words out and put some other words in and then rearrange the words, it does end up being ACDC.
Yes.
It does end up being ACDC. Fort Wayne FC traveled to AC Boise in Idaho. They had a excellent game. Great results. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I was sweating towards the end. But
I'm proud of them for having just come away with a win.
Yeah.
Away from home.
Yeah.
Against a good team.
Yeah.
Against a good team. That at the time when they played each other, Boise was, I think, 2 spots ahead.
Yeah, they were like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, so I mean, just you wanna start breaking it down?
All right, I'll break it down. All right. So start of the match, basically, they had a captain change. Boise had a change in captains, so they had to switch that out. That kind of hurt them a little bit. But
make an early sub.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember exactly how early, but pretty early.
Pretty early in the game. And then that was like in the sixth minute or something like that. I don't know their team very well to be able to say whether that was like devastating or not. But regardless, I think this changed their game in some way, shape, or form, right? So I don't know. I don't remember what exactly happened, but then Gasol came on, and he's someone to remember because he's going to be the one that scores the goal for AC Boise within the game, right? So that's kind of what happened at the very beginning. Fort Wayne was fighting through the whole thing, and then here in like the 9th minute coming up soon, Fort Wayne basically gets their first goal with Lillian Ricola. It's not this play. This is the play where essentially it's showing Fort Wayne kind of doing their strikes. They're striking. They kept going. They're playing really well. They're getting up to the final third. And then there was a lot of great opportunities. They're pressing the whole time. I mean, look at these guys. These guys are just going all over the place. They have this whole area covered, which if you guys see that, they had this whole area covered, which is why they recovered that ball just now. So here Armas has the ball. Now they're switching the roles here, trying to break through their defense. And they're just playing this pass and go. And like, look at this. Like, come on. That's just so beautiful.
They're working it around.
They're working it around.
Right side.
And here they find a pocket. and Gafar's, you're gonna see this right now in a little bit. Gafar plays the role, so he makes this run, right? He was found right here. This is Gafar making this run, and then instantly a couple players to note. Lillian, he sees him making the run too, so clearly he's gonna make his run.
Recall is in the center.
Yep.
He's gonna be dangerous here.
Yep.
As long as Gafar can get onto the end of it and keep going towards goal, put a cross in, get a shot off, and that's exactly what happens.
Yep. So Gafar makes the run. He's faster than his guy. He clearly knows it. And right there, look at this. No one has Lillian. Yeah. He comes across this.
Gafar had a great match.
First of all, there's something to be said about that pass because there's 1, 2, 3 defenders. All right. And Lillian is, we know how fast Lillian is. So Gafar had to have known that. Maybe he didn't. I don't care, honestly, because Lillian gets there and he scores the goal. So
yeah, and that's probably really deflating as the home team, right? For inside of 10 minutes, you're already down, and your captain is also subbed off because some kind of injury or knock. So, things aren't looking too good for Boise right now.
Yeah. So, Boise, they keep playing. They had a couple opportunities where they're basically trying to get to our final third, but not quite getting through. Honestly, we were playing pretty well defensively. There were some close calls. I think this one right here was close calls. I don't know if this is the one where Rempel hits the woodwork.
Yeah, Rempel hits his own crossbar. I think he totally planned that.
Yeah, so it worked out. There it is. He likes to live dangerously, okay, guys? So
he got his leg out. He had to stick his leg out because he was concerned there was someone behind him, probably.
Yeah. No, but I think that was the right move. I mean, you don't want that ball to go across your body and then find out that there's another guy right behind you. I mean, you don't know that, right? So I think he did it well. But I think at the 28th minute, now, here's something also that I want to break down. Fort Wayne FC had 5 substitutions, one of which was the goalie. Okay. The other
5
players
substitutions available.
Available, yes. Quite literally, not only available, but that's how many players they had out there with them. So there wasn't it wasn't like there's a ton of options that Fort Wayne FC had. As a matter of fact, they basically used them all up, either partially by need, mostly by need. I'm gonna say mostly by need, because Armas I think had an early sub.
Armas had to get subbed off. It seemed right away he was very angry, so it seemed right away that it wasn't one of those where he was just on the ground and he was gonna get back up pretty easily. He just seemed really angry that something kind of not good happened. I don't know if it was his ankle or if it was his knee. I think it was his ankle, but I'm not entirely sure. But he had to come off.
Yeah.
Emerson Nieto, he came on within the first half, so that's already one sub used by Coach Avery.
Yep.
And then the rest of the subs, aside from Briscoe, the keeper is going to be used in the second half as well.
Right. So
they traveled pretty lean, understandable, right? But he just didn't probably have a lot of options. He couldn't just look down the entire bench and pick whoever he wanted. He just had to pick out of the 4 outfield players and one keeper.
Yeah. So with that being said, starting the second half, okay, they were playing really well still, okay, and Fort Wayne is already up 1-0. They had one substitution they used up, and we'll break down the next substitutions here in a little bit. But basically, the next goal was Tag Healy scoring, which from watching it online, it was really hard to see what was really going on, but it looked it was a very poor communication between the defense is what it looked like.
The defenders just got in each other's way. That's how I would describe it. Like
Yeah.
when you see it, you see the two center backs. I think they're both center backs. The two center backs are just kind of like right next to each other. The ball is right in front of them. The two center backs are right next to each other in the box, right about here. And they just didn't know
Yeah.
who was going to clear, who was going to hit the ball. And then, Healy is just right on top of them,
Yeah.
picks the ball away, pokes his leg out, and he's got a goal. And that ties him for
For
most
top goal
uh,
scorer in the
top
USL
goal
one.
scorer in the USL, ties him with 2 or 3 other players.
Yep. So
I will say that Boise had a couple chances early in the second half
mhm.
before the goal. Before the goal, they had a couple chances that were wide or just kind of half chances, and they just didn't take advantage of it. And then before you know it, we're ahead by 2 goals now.
Yeah. And like so now with all of that going down, this is where I'm actually gonna do a little bit of breakdown on formations. You ready, Emra?
No, I'm not, but you can you can go whenever.
It's not complicated. I promise you, it's not. So so this is what I've noticed with the game in with the
What are
game
you
this
laughing at?
I don't
So
know
funny.
because you think I'm about to do some really strategic stuff here, but I'm not. I'm just gonna do some simple, I'll say, certification of what happened, right? So this is kind of how they started. It was a 4-3-3. Okay, they had Take Healy, Lillian, and then Gafar up top. And then as soon as Take Healy
Well,
scored the
I would
goal,
say Thomas was higher
was
than
Thomas up? Oh, was okay.
yeah,
So Gafar was probably
yeah.
sitting that midfield, but
No,
playing
Healy was. Healy was.
Healy was. Oh, okay. My
Yep.
bad. My bad. You're right.
Yep. Yep.
Gafar, Thomas, and Lillian were up top. They're
Yes.
playing this 4-3-3 formation. Okay, and as soon as Take Healy scored his goal, there were substitutions that were made. So Thomas or Oyatunde went in for Thomas. Okay.
Yep.
And then what was the other one? I think Solis went in for Healy.
Correct. So they took off a very attack-minded player, put on a very defensive-minded player. Solis being, one of our center backs. So I think it was just, Coach Avery's decision to like start slowly switching formation. This is probably where you're going, and
Mm-hmm.
probably playing 3. It depends on how you want to look at it, but it could be 3 or 5 at the back. If it's 3 at the back, like the wing backs, the guys out wide are a little bit higher, but more like 5 at the back if you're playing a little bit more defensively. So you're just adding another body in that back line.
Yeah.
Especially a tall body that credit to him, every single ball that came in contacted Solis's net. Every single ball made contact. All right.
So
He's just a magnet
yeah.
for all those crosses. So
you're yeah. It ended up basically looking like they were preparing to park the bus because they're up 2-0 and they're bringing in now
this was
defensive
in like the
players.
72nd minute, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
This is like almost instantly after that goal. Like not even like 5 minutes had passed, and like this is like now.
65th,
It was like 65th, 70th minute, somewhere between that area. I noticed because like I was like, oh, this is gonna be the longest 25 to 20 minutes in my life here in a little bit.
We said that.
Yeah.
We were on a call with each other. We were on
we were
ESPN
talking.
for those of you that were at the watch party, I couldn't make it to the watch party, but I was watching it at home. Did you guys also have technical difficulties?
That's a good question. Let us know in the comments below. That is a good question because in the middle of the game, we had it.
I'm not the biggest fan of ESPN. All right, I think Carlos knows this very, very in detail, but I'm just not the biggest fan of ESPN. They just have a subpar product, in my opinion, and it just goes to show you that the broadcast was not the best.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got through it, I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, we got through. We got to watch the rest of the game. Okay,
Shipman had a couple good saves.
Yes,
Yeah.
Let me break this down
Yeah.
real quick, and
Go
then we
ahead.
can go to Shipman because also we need to
Yeah.
talk about him. So 4-3-3. When I was watching the game, Emra, I noticed that
Yeah.
it was like a 5-4-1 is what I noticed. Okay.
Yeah.
But the data on like FotMod and like all the other like web, they basically say
Yeah.
it's a 4-1-4-1. So it looks something more like this, right? And
Okay.
theoretically, okay, this is what the formation looked like, but really it looked more like this. This is where we were sitting, okay? We were basically very far back
Yeah.
and sitting just defensively overall. So we put all the bodies in the back. We were just like, hey, we're up 2-0. Let's ride out the last 20 minutes defensively and then go
Yeah.
from there.
And then try to see if we can get a counterattack and get that going.
Yeah.
Um, I do think that kind of penned them in a little bit. Like
Yeah.
Boise was definitely like having more possession for the most of the game, and then they forced a save by Shipman. I think it was in the 65th minute, like a really good save. He also had a good save in stoppage time in the first half. But then eventually, Boise does break the deadlock,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even the 70th minute. We're both you and I were thinking like, oh wow, they've got a long 20 minutes to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's his name,
Gasso,
Gasso,
Gasso or Gasso
just
scored that
puts his foot
banger of
through
a
it.
goal.
Shipman gets a hand to it.
He does get a hand to it.
Yeah,
But if I'm
maybe
being
he saw it late. Maybe he couldn't see the ball from that far away. Like
maybe he reacted in time,
he
it's just a
shot it
fast ball.
super far away. Like, oh, that's from a long ways out. Yeah,
Yeah, like
that was a great shot.
that was a rocket of a shot. And so with that goal, I was starting to sweat
Momentum,
because yeah,
momentum, man.
that's a scary position to be when you're even if you're up one more goal, like being up
It
2-1 in that like
it
place,
doesn't mean a lot.
it does not mean a lot. So they're playing this game, they're playing this game as like defensively as possible. The entire time, like the entire second half was quite literally a defensive fight. And just to throw some numbers here, Emra, to you, it was the possession was 64% Boise, 37% Fort Wayne. Okay.
Love it.
30 shots, total shots from Boise, 7 from Fort Wayne. Okay, they had 360 passes. We had 192. And out
That's
of
actually that one's really surprising because we can put passes together. It's just
yeah,
we didn't have a lot of the ball to put
I
passes
don't think we
together.
yeah, I don't think we were trying
Yeah,
to like I don't think we were
yeah,
trying to be. I think we were
yeah.
just basing it off of
I
counters.
agree.
And
Yep.
I'll
Based
explain
off
why.
counters.
I'll explain why here in a little bit. So we're basing it mostly off of counters. Um another one more stat here. Touches in the opposition box. 33 for Boise, 13 for Fort Wayne.
Okay.
So clearly it was very possessive for Boise the entire time.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys know soccer, if you guys know kind of the differences between more possession team versus a defensive team, this is how you shift from defensive, and if you do it right, it can actually pay off. Okay? Now, something to note, and this is kind of going back to like even this position here. We are very like man heavy up here. If you notice, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. 10's the goalie. Who's missing?
Recall.
Lillian Ricole.
Ricole's
And
up there.
Ricole's over
He's
here.
just gonna be the outlet to anything that if a Fort Wayne FC player their gets their head up while they have the ball and they
Mhm.
see him making a run, he's probably going to try to fade into one of the corners, try to
Yeah.
get, go from the center and fade into one of the corners. And you hit a ball over the top and you hope that, Ricole gets on the end of it, can hold up play a little bit.
Mhm.
Everyone else can move forward slowly as well, especially if you can get a throw in or something like that, or a corner, any kind of stoppage where then we can slowly start working our way up and just, using more of the clock it's to the benefit of that defending team.
Yeah, and this going switching it over from the attacking team right now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably number 9 somewhere over here in this far corner. You just can't see it in the camera. And then number 10 is probably behind this camera over here as well. So your 10 players are like they're literally all on this side.
They're in your probably they're in your final third almost.
Yeah.
They're in your own half for sure, but almost in your own final third. The way they just kind of are putting in guys and pushing guys up.
Yeah.
Which again, that's kind of what Fort Wayne wants right here, because as long as they can defend just enough and then recover the ball and then just send a ball over the top, that's their game plan for the rest of the match.
Yeah. So if I were Boise, I would probably have that one guy defending Lillian, or at least being right next to Lillian, because even just having one guy out there giving him that pressure, it will take him longer to get to the goal, and he at least has to decide more than just being alone back there. Yeah. But going back to what I was showing earlier, this is Lillian here. He was sitting right on this line. And all you need is just one good pass. One really good pass. And if he's just before this line, even if all the players are all over here, this is not offsides, because the line is your offsides line.
Yeah,
and he knows that.
You can never be offside in your own half. So fun fact for those of you kind of just getting into soccer, football, you can never be offside in your own half. If you're curious as to what offside is, we have a video for that. You like what I'm doing there,
I like
Carlos.
what you did there. I love it.
But go circling, like making it full circle. Eventually, that is exactly what happens, isn't it, Carlos?
Yes. So going into the next play here, okay? So Emerson gets the look, and this is it. This is exactly what we just explained, right? All your players are all the way over here. Emerson,
they're trying to score. They need to score.
They need to score. They're down. They're down 1. They're gonna put all their eggs in their basket and try to get the goal. Lillian was sitting right here. That's where he was sitting that entire time. They must have not thought he was a threat. Big mistake. Huge. And as soon as
they just lost the ball where they didn't think they would lose.
Yeah,
the ball.
They probably didn't think they were gonna do much with. They probably didn't think they were gonna lose it. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Good point. So as soon as Emerson got the ball and saw the pass, he made the pass to Lillian, and now Lillian's making this run.
And now the sun
and now
my eyes is in the way. But Lillian, one-on-one with the keeper, good chance he's going to score.
Mm-hmm.
And he does.
Yep. So now Lillian is tied for first with Tay Healy and I think two other players.
Two
other players.
The USL top goal scorer.
As top goal scorers. And that puts them 3-1. This that
concludes the match.
That basically concludes the map. I mean, the other stuff happened. At that point, you already knew Fort Wayne was going to win the game. But both Tay Healy and Lillian are now top goal scorers, tied with, I think one of them's from Knoxville. I have to fact check that one, but Knoxville was one of them, and the other guy was
forward Madison, maybe.
Let's see here. Charlotte Independent. No, sorry, that's wrong. That's Total Saves. My apologies, everyone. Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Technical
difficulties. Here it is. So, based off these results, we are now sitting at 5 goals for everyone here. So they're all first, tied in first, with Tay Healy, Lillian Ricole, Philip Spengler from New York Cosmos, Adam from the AV Alto, which we're going to be playing next Saturday, or this upcoming Saturday, and then Dennis from Knoxville. These are the top goal scorers in the USL 1 as of right now. So obviously Lillian, Tag don't seem to want to stop anytime soon. They don't plan to stop anytime soon. So Then we're gonna continue to see good stuff from them, I think. But that's basically the game, guys. Like that's our breakdown. If you wanted to see it through the eyes of Carlos and Emra and what we thought and how we saw the game, that was basically what it looked like to us.
With between all the technical difficulties that ESPN had.
Between all the technical difficulties
and the solar flare that was the sun.
Oh
just
my gosh.
coasting past
Wish I could better see that goal
the
from
Idaho horizon.
Yeah. Another thing to note that is also super important from not this game, because this game didn't really help to this, but the a couple of shout outs also to Shipman, because he is also right now sitting like third for clean sheets. Okay. With only one more, like the only reason he's technically seated third is because there's 2 more guys with 4 clean sheets. He's got 3. So as soon as he gets another one, boom, he's already sitting at the top with these 2 guys. All right. And then
and he's made some really good saves. Like he's saved them a handful of times.
Emra
Points or just the momentum not going the other way with the save. Like it's just.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up.
Good goalkeeping.
I'm glad you brought this up because here you are. He's seated 5th place right now. You can't see because of my screen, but he's seated 5th place in saves. So yeah,
which is sometimes like not what you want. Like sometimes it's good to not have a lot of saves.
Yeah.
As a goalkeeper, it makes sense because then like, oh yeah, the ball's on the other side of the field. Like I don't have to like do that many saves, but it is always nice to have a shot stopper, someone that could just save you some goals every now and then.
Yeah. But you said it and when we were like on the call, you even said, and I agree with you, like Shipman is becoming very key. Like he's becoming a very key player to giving us the wins. Like there's some saves out there that I hold my breath and I pray that Shipman's going to get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never played keeper, so it's just like one of those where I'm just like, I watch goalkeeping and it's just like a different world.
Yeah.
Like there's like a different science to it that I'm just not privy to.
Yeah.
Like I can explain a whole bunch of things in like the outfield where it's just like, oh yeah, this guy's making this pass, this guy's making this run, all that. But like shot stopping and like aerial, like going up for an aerial ball, like that's just out of my element.
Yeah.
So hats off to anyone that actually does that, but I just can't. I can't do that.
No, not me. That wouldn't be me either. Every time I go out to play like pickup and they say, who's keeping next? And I try to hide behind all the plays. I'll hide behind a microphone if I have to. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to go keep. I want to go play. Fort Wayne getting the victory from this last game puts them in an incredible position because now they are seated 5th place overall. So still having
with
at least
game in hand.
With the game in hand.
Most of them, yeah.
They
Knoxville, Omaha, and Naples.
Yeah.
Spokane's doing really well for themselves as well here.
Yeah, playing against Ava Alta in the next match is gonna, if they win that match, that does boost them up to around 3rd place, considering that Naples has already played 2 games above Fort Wayne. Knoxville is 1 game up, so Fort Wayne still has that 1 game in hand, so that definitely helps Fort Wayne. And then the Spokane Velocity is probably the only one right now that's also sitting in the similar position with Fort Wayne, probably better position than Fort Wayne. And then Union Omaha.
Better position than it seems on the table.
Yeah. So the boys are doing well. They're doing incredible out there. They're basically getting themselves deeper and deeper into the top 8. And as long as they stay there and like try to, stay within that realm of, top 4 or 5, they're sitting much better for playoffs. Or I guess they're going to be a little more comfortable in playoffs.
Because I'm going to guess they're going to have home field advantage if they're seeded 1 through 4 versus 6 through 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 1 through 4 is going to have better advantage in some way.
Surely. So.
Yeah. So.
But hey, if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like.
Yep.
Leave a comment. we'll get to those comments as soon as we can. We'll have our AA, that's administrative assistant, get to that. It's gonna be us, by
It's
the
me.
way.
It's us.
And subscribe, hit that bell icon, get notifications when new videos come out.
Yep.
But thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
See ya.